Turn the coolness up a little bit. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing after this glorious holiday we just had? My name is Edward Townsend, and I'll be your moderator today. I'm going to bring some good news today, good opportunities, and an opportunity to move. We got to understand when and how it's to be done and move accordingly because time waits on no one. So we're going to go jump right in here. I'm going to say my prayer here and then the scripture, and we will get started. So, Father, thank you that I can have a pure heart today. Thank you that I can release any sin, any mistake, any guilt, and bitterness and flush them out of my life. Search my heart and show me whatever needs to be removed. I humbly humble myself and ask your help to take the steps I need to take to have a pure heart before you. Help me to forgive whatever needs to be forgiven, to let go of the past and walk in the joy of my salvation. In Jesus' name, amen. Psalms 51:10 says, create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew my steadfast spirit within you. All right. All right. I love it. Now, I had a beautiful 4th of July weekend. I had maybe 125 to 30 family members to show up. It was an awesome opportunity for us as a family. And that just confirms what I always say. There's strength in unity. Our bonding was closer because of the unified family reunion that we had this weekend. I met family I haven't seen in years. I talked to family that I hadn't seen in years. I talked to family members early years about business, and it came back to them when they saw me. And some even said, I'm still waiting to get in business to build some of that wealth. I said, well, call me. Here's my number. I gave them a card. My website and everything is floating across the bottom for the people that's interested. Because today is Wisdom Wednesday. And we're giving out wisdom that's going to empower the people that's listening and receiving. You got to receive too. And I just want to give a shout out to everyone out there within the sound of my voice. I'm operating on a lot of platforms. So Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Facebook business page, Facebook regular personal page. And I'm just elated today to say that thanks to everyone for showing up and making my family reunion. You know, on last Monday was my last broadcast, Motivational Monday. And I said that I was going to look at things in my family reunion, response back from my family reunion to pass on to other members of my listeners on my podcast that they can pass on to other people about the opportunity to change their life. Things are getting bad. It's getting to the point to where it looks like we're in a third world country here in America. Financially, it's a lot of other things going on, but my focus is on finances because, see, abundance of finances changing a lot of things. A lot of people don't realize, but they're keeping themselves in bondage. Drop all of the other stuff. Drop it. I didn't get to where I am today by turning away everything that come my way. My experiences, good, bad, or whatever, also empowered me. It empowered me to be able to do and say things to help other people. See, I want to be a wealth because I want to bless other people. I blessed a lot of people during the family reunion time. I drove 90 miles for 3 days to entertain, cook, and do things to make the family reunion a success. See, because I know If I don't do things to my best perfection, no one else will. So I had a responsibility to do things, and that's what I did. I dedicated 3 days for the family reunion and the events that took place, and that was it. I did no business other than conversation. I was totally focused on what I was doing. I was the barbecue person, and the hotels and things around my hometown, small town, was all full. So I had to stay 3 days in Memphis. Well, it's a 45-minute drive from Wynne, Arkansas to Memphis, Tennessee. So I drove, and I stayed downtown. That way I could just cross the bridge and right back in Arkansas. So I drove that 90 miles every day for 3 days. And believe me, I was tired. And plus, I cooked 2 days straight, organized on Friday, meet and greet different people from all over the United States. I just want to give a shout out to all the families that came and supported their parents, because see, Back to the Roots has a specific meaning as far as our family is concerned. It started a few years back, and I did a family reunion when I lived in Houston, Texas, right? Well, my mom, her father, and all of the older family members were all born in Texas. So my mom and her younger sister are the last two out of 14 kids, okay, that's still living. So I wanted to take my mom back to the roots, where it all started from, right? So I took it back to the roots, which was in Texas, and we've been going back to the roots ever since. The sensors and all of that we did, we got all of that done. So the Back to the Roots has a great meaning. And Houston Wall Street movement, to me, means the same thing, because we're dealing with back to the root of the problems with finances that's plaguing our people today, keeping people in bondage. Sure, we have to work to get things done the traditional way. See, that's because we were locked into the world system. The world system has its own strategic plan to hold you in bondage. So we got to break away from that and get to God's plan that He has for our life. And believe me, it is the best thing that you can do. It solves all your problems, all your problems. And I'm going to keep saying it, because anytime you feel that you want to make a financial change in life, my website is there, my business is there, and I'll show you my email across the bottom so you can get my email. Email me and say, look, what it is that I have to do to get started. I want to change my financial life. Be like one of my cousins when I walk by. She says she's still waiting to do the well. Well, contact me. You know who you are. And if you heard my other speech podcast, then you know that I'm on right now. Okay. And I just want to say, welcome everyone to the Houston Wall Street Movement podcast. Please go ahead and share this broadcast to those you think need this amazing movement and the information that is imparted to the listeners. So go ahead and give a shout out to them. And I want to say happy after 4th of July. There's going to be a few months here, a few weeks, maybe 5-6 weeks or so. I guess, I don't know, maybe September, next day is Labor Day weekend. So from now to then, let's do something amazing. Let's do something amazing that's going to increase our finances. Let's start. Let's do something. We can't be successful unless we unify and start. Michael Jordan's affirmation says that one reason most people have for not being wealthy is they never start. Well, let's start. Let's put it in our mind today that we want to start. Start with the Houston Wall Street information. It's free. and I will walk you step by step on how to build wealth. It's free. The website is going across the bottom there. Club Bismarck, the last one. Go to that one and join for free. For free. Anyone else out there want some free that's going to bring some good money into your household? Well, get with me. Let me explain to you in detail. My nephew, I talked to him as well, but see, you can't get details in another environment. It was a family union environment. So see, you have to call me. You have to email me and say, okay, explain it to me. What is it that I need to do to get started? Do that. And then we'll go from there. But I want everyone to make a change starting today. Okay? So success comes from removing excuses and battling. You got to battle the challenge. It's a challenge to change. People don't like change. And for some reason, ever since Willie Lynch went back during slavery time and taught the slave owners how to control us as Black people, we've been having a problem doing business with each other. I call it the crab in the bucket syndrome. That's what he called it. And that's what it is, the crab in the bucket syndrome. We don't want to do business with each other and rise, but instead we pull each other back down. Do you realize that unifying ourselves, we got more power, not only in strength, but financially too? Numbers is the key to wealth. I want to teach everybody the importance of numbers. Numbers is the key to wealth. So let's start with the first set of numbers. I'm very strategic in what I do. We're doing number one. And my instructions is we're not going to number two till we finish number one. And when we get to number two, we're not going to number three until we finish number two. So when we get to step 5, it's complete. We're wealthy. We got our income producing assets working, but we got to stick to the program. We got to be proactive. This is what I want to do in the next 6 months, the last of this year. I want to change my finances tremendously. I'm not just talking about making money, but I'm talking about building wealth. It's going to happen, and I just want you to be a part of it. See, it is nothing more important to me and exciting to me is to have family in business with me. Because if we can't stand together, then we don't have a chance with the outside world. We got to show people and show family how important it is to bond and build strong relationships and strong financial standings and background and freedom for our families so we can pass it on to our children. Let's not forget generational wealth. Let's not forget generational legacy. Okay? We don't want to do those things. We want to always continue. There's people that just don't listen. They just don't have a clue of what wealth is and how to go about doing it. See, because they've been conditioned. We got to break those mindsets. We got to show people that they have been conditioned. When you want more money, what do? You get a job. See, that's the importance of jumping on. Let me open up the comment lines here so anyone that want to make a comment can make a comment. Okay. Now, I want to be able to show people that you don't have to stay where you are. People didn't come to the family reunion because they could afford to. See what I'm saying? Their job didn't give them time off because they took some time last month. You're in bondage when you cannot do. We're free now. Free to do what we want to do. But if we get locked into these bondages that the world system operate, then we operate under their control. We got to break away from that. I'm not saying quit your job today, but work toward building something that you own and you control so you can walk away. There's nothing wrong with firing your boss. Fire your boss, but build yourself so that you can be your own boss and do something different. Until you see the light and the click to where you are, that's why I keep saying the same things over. Thank you, cousin. It's glad to see you over the weekend. It's time for us to rock and roll now. The holidays are over. By next holiday, we're going to have things flowing tremendously. You know, I've been talking for the last 3, 4, 5 days, and I, losing my voice. But if you can understand me, you know what I'm saying. Okay. So thank you very much, cousin. And I love you. And we're ready to do some big things. And that's why I'm talking to family and I'm talking to people, because in business, we don't want just family. We want to do business with everybody. Everybody, there's people and new people in our country that's getting all the wealth because they understand. All right, that's good. That's good. See, I like that response and that communication, people. We can do things and we don't have to go to the, overboard. I'm ready. See, that's the same thing I said earlier. What is it that I have to do to get started? Mimi, my cousin there, she understands what I'm talking about when we were talking to another cousin. But see, I would never say or do anything that's unprofessional. Excuses, like was what we're saying there, success come from removing excuses and battling the challenges. See, a lot of people have challenges that they can't get past. They're fearful, they're doubtful, and they're skeptical. All of that means the same. Devil just did it to immobilize you so you won't do anything. So we understand from a biblical standpoint that fear is not a component that God put in us, right? But the devil said, well, okay, since you guys are so powerful with that, what about doubt? Everything I say, you doubt. Everything I say, you're skeptical. So what is that saying in essence? You're not going to do anything. You're complacent. You're going to be right there. So from this day forward, let's go. I know my cousin says she's ready. You know what I'm saying? Along with the members that we already have, we're going to move forward. By the end of the month, we're going to by the end of the year, we're going to create some income producing assets that's going to generate cash. Always remember that the formula to wealth that the wealthy people use, which you don't get in school, you don't get in college, and you don't get it word to word, mouth for mouth, because the people that you're associated with, they are not wealthy. So they're not part of that culture that speaks about the wealthy formula. Let's get some cash. That's what unifying is all about. Let's get some cash. Buy an asset that makes more cash. Once you get the cash again, buy another asset. So the formula is cash, asset, cash, cash, asset, cash. How simpler can it be? Just that simple, and build tremendous amount of wealth. That's what other people coming to our country are doing. They own 83% of the generation of wealth in America that's going abroad. It's going back to other places where we don't live, so we don't see the benefits from it because we're stuck in the world system over here that's creating jobs to keep us in bondage. Nothing wrong with a job, but I have to tell it like it is. If you're in bondage, you need to know why you're in bondage, because you have a job. It takes up 80% of your time, everything, 80% of your time, not only you as a person, but your family, your vacations, doing things that you love to do. It takes your time because it takes those time for dollars for you to live. It's time to get past that. And that's why the rest of the year, I'm going to be very adamant about what I say. I'm going to be very pushy, if you want to put it that way, because see, it's time now. Time is out for everything else. I have people that's listening and doing things. You don't have to stop what you're doing unless you want to. If it's keeping you in bondage, such as a job, then I encourage you to build something that you own and control outside that. If you have a passion for something, that will create you wealth. Let's get the financial part together and the unity together so that when we want $1 million to do something with, it's just like clapping your hand. That's how quick it can come because we have like-minded people united together, putting their funds together and make things happen. Okay. We're going to start the Zooms again. Oh, and you don't get to enjoy life. See, that is the most important part right there. You don't get a chance to enjoy life. Life section that happened over the holiday was enjoyment. That enjoyment should be together like that at all times because I should be able to go to Atlanta and have dinner with my relatives and enjoy myself and enjoy life. See, you should be able to do that. And that's maybe I thank you for that because see, that's what conversation is all about. See, that didn't cross my mind, but it is part of what I'm talking about. See, we're like-minded. So when we get that total control of being like-minded, there's nothing we can't accomplish. Just the family reunion this weekend. I'm not a very technical person when it comes down to computer gadgets and software and different things. Once I got it set up, I can operate it. But if I have problems or wanted something else created, I have to outsource that. Somebody that know how to do it. I spent thousands of dollars to get my podcast, my business, and everything set up so I can operate it. Because see, what I have is the format of building wealth. What I have is a way to build wealth. What I'm good at is showing people how to structure and start businesses. I can start a business in anything anybody wants to do. Okay. But the most people have problems with is finances. I don't believe in going to the bank paying all the interest because, we're going backwards. But I do believe in having an abundance of cash. And I know numbers can create the abundance of cash. Okay. And that's what we're looking forward to do. Starting today, Mimi, would you do me a favor as well? Would you send me your email address so that I can put you on I probably already got it, but I just want to make sure since we're here, your email address, because I have a lot of emails that I got over the weekend, holidays that I'm going to be using as well. And I'm reaching out. So if you're listening to me today, family, friends, and foes, because see, the people that's my foes also have to live. They also need wealth. And then they may not be my foes anymore. They'd be my business partners. You see what I'm saying? So this is the lifestyle and the mindset that I have. And I want people to enjoy life to the fullest. God didn't seclude anything from us. He wants us to have abundance. He said, cast all your cares upon me. So we ain't supposed to worry about stuff. We're supposed to be do it. Not worry about the outcome if I do it, other than it's going to work. Let it work. It won't work if you don't work it. That's the only key that's stopping people from being successful. If they believe it'll work, but they still don't want to work it, it don't work that way. If you plant a seed in the ground, it's not going to bear fruit until it's up and grown. See? So it has to change from one position to the next. Thank you. And then it will grow and produce fruit. See? So we have to do the same thing. Change is a big problem. Change. But we have to change to grow and be successful. Change to grow and be successful. Okay? We're broadcasting on a lot of platforms. So I know a lot of people are listening. Some are connected directly. Some are listening, but doing other things. That's okay because you might be at work, but you're still listening. I understand that. But let's get out of the worldly system, get into God's system, create something that we own, join the movement. Okay. Let me put my email address there. And so you'll be able to send me your information, your email, and just communicate with me. Okay. Okay, there we go. So I want to be able to contact you. Email me and say, what is it that I need to do to get started? And we go from there. We open the comments back up. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Samika. I got your email. Okay, so I'm not going to be on very long because I feel my voice going away. But I encourage everyone that's in the sound of my voice to get back with me. You know, it's free. It's free to get started. I'm going to show you how to get the cash to do the things that we're going to do. I mean, if you need $1,000, then you need to go and join for free, and let me show you how to get the $1,000 to be in the movement that's going to create millions. See what I'm saying? So it ain't like you got to take your life savings and do anything with. So why are you fearing? Why are you doubtful? Why are you skeptical? Let's make a change. Let's make a difference. I said it was 100-something people at the family reunion. It could be 1,000. Or could have been 1,000. But finances and situation stop most of the people from being there. We need buses for the elder. We need people that's flying, people that's driving. All those things that say, look, we got a charter bus. We got 6 of them across America. They coming through on a certain day and time in your area. Jump on board and come to the family reunion. That's all you got to do. See what I'm saying? Everything paid for. Shamika, wouldn't that be the same thing that you said, enjoy your life? To be able to do it just that way? This is the type of thinking and type of things that cross my mind. You see what I'm saying? One of my cousins said, we work. We need to know in advance what's going on. That's good. That shows a desire. Let's make it to where work won't hinder you from going forward. Let's do other things to where, hey, my work is my business. I work my business as I do everything else. See, I can work my business and still live my life and enjoy my life. I can still do that because I've empowered myself in areas where I need it most. Financially, you need to be financially stable to do what you want to do. So why wouldn't you want to do something that could put you in the position to where your finances would not be your number one issue? I know it is. I mean, it's inevitable to see, not to see, because things cost more. I look at the price of gas. You know what I'm saying? I drove let's see, let me get it right here. 150 plus 45, 225 miles. I fill my tank up when I hit the road. The second day I was driving to and from the family reunion, I still had over half a tank of gas. That's because I use what I have. I only deal with things that's going to benefit me and save me money. If there's a problem, I try to find a solution. I put 2 fuel tabs in my car when I filled it up. See, I want to be able to say stuff that I know works. I monitored it and I watched it. And I drove all of those miles to and from Arkansas to Tennessee during the family reunion. I still had over half a tank of gas. Now, my car wasn't doing that before I put the tabs in there. So now I know on a long distance trip how it works, even around town. But I know for a fact those miles I did in long distance work. See? So that's another point for people that say, well, Gas was too high, I couldn't make it. Gas was too high, I couldn't do this. See, we got to eliminate the problems. And the way we eliminating problems is having an open mind, see what I'm saying? And abundance of cash. Solves all of our financial issues, mostly a lot of woes in life. Those things will be taken away just because you have an abundance of cash. God always talks about abundance of everything. He didn't tell us to worry. He took that away. Deuteronomy 8:18, he says, I give you the power to gain wealth. He didn't say maybe if you do this or whatever. He said, I gave you the power to gain wealth. So that means we have the power. Now we got to do the action part. The action part, number 2, a vision without action is just a fantasy. So we fantasize of being wealthy because we don't do the action part. He told us we got the ability to do it, just have to do the action part. Desire does not change your destiny. Decisions do. So make a decision today to change your financial life. Okay? There's power in the purpose. There's power in your purpose. So whatever your purpose is in life, your purpose for what type of business that you want to do, or just your purpose in life, what you want to see take place and change, being able to do that. That comes from Proverbs 19:21. What's your financial purpose that I asked you today? And what are you going to do about it? Contact me, let me know. And like I said, we can get started. Get started for free. Free. Free is supposed to be the things that make us move. I don't like it to be that way, but sometimes we say free to get people's attention because we know they have problems that hold them back. So free, if you can't afford something, give it an opportunity to do it without having a problem. So we want to alleviate anything that don't work the way you want it to work. And we can do it, but we got to get unified. We got to commit, and we got to do things with purpose. Set your purpose today. I just told you what my purpose is for the things that I do from this day forward, is I want to have the next family reunion or family reunion down the line to where we have all the luxuries of we can go, so we can take a family cruise, not get on TD Jake's cruise or someone else's cruise from the church or a famous person that's giving cruises and so on and so forth. Have our own family reunion cruise. There's a lot of people in the family never been on a cruise, never been anywhere. In Wynne, Arkansas, there was a lot of people never been out of town, including my mom. She ain't going nowhere. But maybe we can talk her into taking a cruise, something she never done before. I've been to the Grand Canyon. I was in awe when I walked up my first time going there. And look, there's a lot of people don't understand what the Grand Canyon has to offer. It offers so much. The main thing is just to see God's creation, from a little stream to have a gully that's over 2 miles deep and over 175 miles long. That's amazing to me. But there's so many people haven't had that opportunity to see. Either they don't know or they don't have money. So we're going to solve a lot of problems once we become unified and make things start happening. Sometimes people are only going to come aboard when they see the progression. Start now and be part of the progression and make it go much faster. So that's my little spiel today. And I'm glad. And I thank everybody that got on today. Respond back to me and let me know. Thanks, Mimi, for you getting on and your comments to help me. So we're going to go forward. By all means, my email is on the bottom. For the ones that have my phone number, call me. This is what I do. This is my work day. But I work for myself. This is my office. This is where I work. I clock in and I clock out as I get ready. I take a break. I go on vacation. Whatever I do, it's right here for me when I get back because I plan and set it up that way. having your own business give you more freedom so you can enjoy your life. Okay. So I want to thank everybody for getting on. I love each and every one of you. God bless. And I see everybody at the top. Have a blessed day.